What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Bastion. My name is Michael. Last time we played, we rescued Zulf, and now we're gonna move ever onward. So our options are Bullhead Court, which looks like it's the proving ground for the shield. Cinderbrick Fort, which is the next main story mission. So let's do Bullhead Court first.
The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia. Some used to take the bullhead trial.
Looks like we have... Okay, so we're gonna have to deflect attacks without getting hit. And I guess the only weapon we'll have is the shield. And it looks like there's some extra health potions around for if we get hit too much, so I'm gonna leave those alone until the end.
Survive the trial without taking a scratch, you'd walk away a free man. The bullhead trial taught folks three things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, you gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you.
There we go. That one was kind of hard to deflect. Oh, I got hit. It's actually, I know you can't see this, but it's not letting me use a health potion, so I guess the only potions you get to have are the ones they give you. Just when you run over it, it automatically picks it up. There we go.
The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go.
Oh shit, it's still up.
The kid makes it out in one piece.
Wow. That's pretty tough. I kind of thought I was okay at using the shield. So it looks like all of these are just very large fragments. You can break them and, yeah, get about 250 fragments.
Well, the kid always wanted to compete in the bullhead trial.
And so the other place we can go is Cinderbrick Fort.
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy for normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
I like how I'm on that list. There we go. Oh wow, okay, those spin, so I guess I can't deflect them properly.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort.
The grenade is a really good ability. I recommend using it every time you have the chance.
At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift.
And this, if memory serves,
Something the windbags just can't handle.
is a pretty great
Something
weapon.
that'll punch clean through the greasy hides.
Yeah, there's a nice spread on this.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal.
You can see on the lower right, there's a reload timer for this, so you can see when it's ready to fire again.
The calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort.
There we go, there's level 3. That took a lot more experience than I thought it would. Been waiting for that for a few seconds.
The business underground like in the old days.
Oh, I fell off. I guess when you destroy that, it destroys some of the floor with it. Yep. I just happened to be standing on one of those blocks that falls away when I did that. I could...
Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can.
So I could use this arsenal to switch my layout, but Tail Hammer is my favorite, and Scrap Musket is doing a pretty good job right now, and hand grenades are just a great ability, so I don't see any reason to change that.
As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things holed up inside that old fort.
Probably should have used grenades on some of those tough guys. Because I can. I have them. There's no reason not to use them. Let's use them. lots of fragments, more than I can really use at the moment. Also, these boxes, you might have seen as I've been playing through, but you can actually destroy them before they open to avoid having to fight what's in them. There we go.
Kid's stash of grenades is there for him if things get even worse.
The fact that he's saying that makes me think maybe I shouldn't be using my grenades. But I am now out, so much for that.
Security's plain gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works.
Heal up. Yeah, those things are pretty nasty.
If the windbags don't know, Kid's fresh out of health tonics. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. They bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose.
This is the boss encounter of the area. It's pretty tough. I think we might have glitched them on the scenery.
Maybe it was Glandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The windbags finally get the message.
It's a pretty tough fight. I'm glad they gave us some health tonics, or some black tonics in there. Just collect all these fragments. Yeah, ideally I would have had one or two more tonics going into the fight, and I could have done that a whole lot faster. And we get the Marshal's badge.
Kid used to dream of getting a Marshal's badge, but not like this.
Use the Skyway, go home.
And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Zolf's telling me about his own journey to the city.
Okay, so we have...
Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was the smoking pipe.
We can actually use that smoking pipe to go into a bonus level, and we will do that in a second here. First, we got to talk to Zolf and Rux. Let's ask him about his pipe first.
Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
And ask him about the badge.
The Marshal seemed like a good man, he says. They treated him with dignity.
And ask Rux about the badge.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the Marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Now we have lots of new stuff. Most notably, we opened up a third slot for a drink from the distillery. So we don't have any new drinks. We just got to choose from what we had before. So again, that's absorbs fragments, bonus critical hit chance when we're at full health, Guaranteed critical hits when we're at low health, and bonus speed while we have our shield up. We're gonna go with the bonus speed.
Cinder brick stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock.
Arsenal, I like the scrap musket. We're just gonna
She's ready to get real personal with hammer and musket in hand.
Take a look at the forge. We don't have any new upgrade materials. And I think we might have unlocked a new memorial. Yeah, okay, we counter-blocked an attack while at very low health. So we get 500 fragments from this.
The menders, they had thankless jobs, the most important kind.
And we'll get another 500 because we killed 10 enemies with one shot with the musket.
The marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now.
And now we have a ton of fragments and nothing to do with them, but if I remember right, we end up using every fragment we get. Let's throw the core into the monument.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
So we can do the shrine, which can make the game harder if we want, in return for bonuses, or the lost and found, which is what I'll do.
The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Okay, so we can buy stuff here. A lot of it's pretty funny too. So let's just start at the top. Final warning is it's arrow rain, basically. Not effective as a warning, but very effective otherwise. But we can only have one skill equipped. I like the hand grenade, so I'm probably not going to buy any of these skills. Yeah, it's a war machete skill, so we can not bother with those for now. If we have extra fragments at the end of this, then sure, we can use them. We can get a plush pith. Sure, let's... I don't know if it does anything, but...
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
We can get upgrade materials here. Something coarse is used for the musket, and since we're using the musket right now, let's grab both of the ones available. And something heavy is used for the Kale Hammer, and we're using that as well. Bronze Spyglass might give us some lore. And then we can get various drinks here. Whale Ale gives us bonus to our special moves, like the hand grenade, so that could be pretty good. Let's buy that. Bastion Bourbon. Health tonics will restore all of our health instead of just part of it. And we can carry 2 extra ones. So that's also going to be very useful. Before we get any of these others, though, we have 1,500 shards left. I'm going to go use the upgrade materials since we can't equip any extra drinks right now anyway. Okay, so that gives us a special power attack by blocking for a few moments with the shield and then using our attack. And the other option we have is we can do uppercuts. I like moving, though. To do an uppercut, we have to not move, so let's use the extended grip.
Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that.
And for the musket, we can choose to have less spread but greater range, or we can choose to have more spread but less range. I like the less spread at more range.
You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
And for the second upgrade we can get knockback on our shots, or more knockback on our shots, or more damage. I like damage.
The marshals learn to pack those shells full of fire.
In theory, because we have less spread now, that should actually significantly increase the damage on what we do hit. Okay, I think we can buy one more drink. So we'll do Bastion Bourbon. And I think we'll actually go equip that right now, because it seems better than what we have, than what we put in our third slot, the speed wall defending. Yeah. 2 extra health tonics is pretty good. Let's talk to everyone about the items we bought. Spyglass and the plush pith.
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
I like how some of these items develop the Bastion for us. Here we get the steam bolt. It spins. There's no reason to spin it.
Turn it round and round all you like. Pith's still gonna be ugly.
But yeah, you can do that. Let's use this pipe now. There's no core from it, but it should take us to an extra level.
Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Now we're gonna get some backstory on the kid. See, we have a sky bridge here. Can send us to different parts of the map. We're gonna fight some waves of enemies here. See, that's the, we can charge that attack up now. As soon as we flash, we're ready to do the special move we got.
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
19 reflections remain. And you can see this is sort of... We'll fight, you know, waves and waves of enemies. I guess there's 19 of them. Yeah, he can fall off, that's fine.
Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
I guess I'm out cold and they're listening to me have dreams about my past. That counterattack's really nice.
You never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it.
If you get knocked up, you can press space in the air to do a quick recover.
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
And now things get sad. Alright, those guys will take the floor out, and since we're doing waves and waves in this same arena, we gotta kill them fast. Because, you know, any part of the floor that goes out, we're just gonna have to deal with that not being there.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years.
It's worth noting how amazing the music in this game is. Like, just have a listen.
In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
These parts of the arena, as we knock down the turrets, there's I don't think any way to avoid them being gone. So your area to fight in is meant to get smaller and smaller with each wave.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
And I mean, these guys, they're short range only, so we can safely deal with them with the musket. Takes a
One
few
night,
shots, but that doesn't
on
matter.
one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
Whatever that sound is, I don't think I like it.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
This is where, I mean, they're knocking more of the arena out. So, footing's gonna get pretty tough here. Could use some more black tonics, that would be nice. Finally arrived at Caelandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Yeah, the fire-breathing turrets are by far the easiest ones to deal with here. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. One reflection remains. And hey, we have a pit. There we go. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing. What he's done. I surely would. And there we go. Now, there was a whole lot of story in that sort of marathon type level, and you're free to make of it what you will. There's perhaps some hints about what's to come in there, but I'm not going to give too much away just now. Needless to say, the kid has a pretty sad backstory. We got a whole lot of fragments doing that, so I'm going to go back to the Lost and Found and buy some more things. Mostly the other liquors. Lunkhead liquor, 100% damage when counter-blocking with the Bullhead shield. That's pretty good. Finders keepers. And just an amazing name for a drink. I really think someone should come up with a mixed drink and call it this and let me know about it. Stabsynth. You automatically counterattack when you get hit. I actually forget if this is good, because depending on how much damage you counter for, it could be useless or it could be amazing. I'm gonna buy it, and then we can, when we unlock some more slots for Booze of Halls, we can test it out. And we don't have anything else to use fragments for, so let's get, I guess, a skill. Let's get Final Warning, even though we probably won't use it. Oh, and hey, we can go to the memorial. So we did... Okay, 70 damage with the Kale Hammer, and that's our charge up attacks with it that we have now. That lets us get that.
The Masons. We built the city strong. Now there's only 2 of us. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
So we can buy more stuff from the Lost and Found. Let's get Graver Slash and 2 something nasties. And a something stringy. And, I mean, as we get more fragments, we'll use those to upgrade our other weapons, just in case we ever need them. We won't have the fragments to do it right now at the Forge, but in the future. I think that's where we will cut this episode, and then next time we'll see what we unlocked. We only did, like, 1 core story mission today, but the marathon is a pretty long event. So I will see all of you guys next time, and until then, praise the sun.